In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Emotional traumas, these does happen off and on. Maybe a person have to come across this like situation once or even more than once in their during their lifetime. There are very rare people who somehow keep themselves safe and protected from it throughout their lives. Overwhelming number of the people fail to do that. Why these emotional traumas does occur? One of the very common reason, not necessarily the only one of the very common reason is going to be debated upon today in our today's talk, and we are also going to present a kind of solution which could somehow preempt it, which could preempt it, which could immunize us from an emotional trauma. Why these traumas does occur? First of all, we need to understand human beings are naturally dependent upon each others. We are we do have to depend upon other people in our lifetime, one way or the other. Emotional relationship too, the relationship which involves emotions, our emotions, where emotionality is the biggest ingredient. There are relationships like this one as well, which usually create emotional traumas. As far our dependence upon the rest of the people are concerned, it is of several type. One is the emotional and one is not the emotional. One is emotional, the other is non-emotional. Let's talk about the non-emotional first and the emotional then. As for the non-emotional dependence upon the other people are concerned, this is a dependence where there is a give and take. Usually, we do have to pay financially to a person from whom we are getting the cooperation, from whom we are getting the help and the cooperation we are in need of. Or we are extending certain other type of help and cooperation in return for the kind of help and cooperation we are getting from this person, from this group. Here too, we it's better that we do have more than one options to rely upon for all the time. It is far more safer for us to rely upon more than one person instead of relying upon one person alone. Now the strategy has to be devised, keeping in view the kind of particular situation a person is undergoing. There is no uniformity, there is no hard and fast rule which could be presented here. Even if we do present a kind of principle, it should be very, very flexible one so that it could meet the needs, the requirements, the situations of each and every individual. So for that reason, it is enough to say that we shouldn't be dependent upon one person. Even if we are, we must have certain other options standby. Even if at all we are dealing with one person, we must have in mind that this kind of cooperation or relationship or the dealing might end at any time. So I do have to carry it on in such a manner, I do have to carry it on in such a manner that even if at all we do stop dealing and cooperating with each other, it shouldn't cause much harm to my interest financially or otherwise. Number one. Number two, I should have anybody at my me or you or anyone else. We should have certain other options standby ready as well. This is one thing. The other thing where there is emotional relationship, we must understand that we shouldn't be expecting too much from the other person, and we shouldn't be letting them expect too much from us as well, because either we are expecting too much from those people, or we have allowed them to create more and more expectation towards us. If at all they are expecting too much from us, or we are expecting too much from us, in both of these cases it is going to be very disastrous one. In the emotional cases, it causes the emotional trauma we must avoid actually. That is why it is very necessary, very essential that we don't let the other person develop much of the expectation from us, and we shouldn't be expecting too much from the other people. That is how we can protect ourselves from the kind of emotional trauma we might otherwise have to face. And this, thank you.